here with my sidekick, Dobby, and I'm a little late with this video, but I am talking about my TBR for this year's The Reading Rush. So previously, The Reading Rush has been called Booktubeathon, but they were opening up to other platforms this year. Last year was actually the first year I participated, and I did vlog my experience. I did not get through 7 books last year. I think I got through 3 or 4. This year's a little bit different. It ended up being terrible timing for me. My sister's birthday is this week that we're celebrating, and it's gonna be a crazy week at work because of some stuff that came up last week. And I'm also having a girls' weekend next weekend, which is gonna make it so I can't read the whole weekend. So I'm not expecting that much from myself this week. I'm still gonna try to read as much as possible. I did choose 7 books. I am definitely not expecting to read all 7 of these. I'll see how much I actually get through. But there are ones that, I did pick ones that fit some of the badges. But again, I'm not expecting to get all of the badges because I'm not expecting to read all of these, and there are a couple that overlap. I'm also cheating, you'll see. So the first book I am going to finish, and it goes with a badge. I'm actually already halfway through this book, but I'm not going to be finishing by tonight, which is when the Reading Rush starts, and it also fits one of the badges. So I'm just going to count it since I'm not going to get through all of them anyway. If I come close to the 7, I will try to read another book or at least another half a book so that I'm not getting that badge without actually completing it. Symptoms of a Heartbreak. It has purple on the cover. I'm already halfway through this one, as you can see, but I'm not going to finish it by tonight. So I'm still going to count it towards the Reading Rush. The pages, I'm not going to count the pages I already read towards my numbers, but I'll count continuing and the purple. There is another book that sort of has purple on it, so if you think this is too much of a cheat with the purple, that's fine, and I'll just count the pages from here on out, well, from midnight tonight on out. The next book I am going to show is a book I'm really excited about. It was one of my must-haves at BookCon this year, and I ended up with 2 copies, and I gave one away because I didn't need 2, but I'm really excited about this one. It is a debut, so that is the badge that it covers, and it's also just one I'm really excited about. Slay. I've been waiting for an excuse to read this, but I've been kind of trying to read my books in order of release date, but it's a debut, and I'm really excited about it, and it's not that long, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it. The next one is covering 2. It's kind of a cheat as well, but I don't really consider this a cheat. The next book I'm going to actually audiobook. This one fills a lot of them, because this next one, it is both a book I meant to read last year when it first came out, and I bought it immediately, but I didn't read it. I also have another book that also fits in that category, but this is also the one I am using as read a book in one spot the whole time, and it's kind of a cheat because that spot is going to be the driver's seat of my car because I'm going to be audiobooking it. So I'll be in one spot, in my car, but my car will be a bunch of other places, but I feel like that counts. It counts. It definitely counts. And I'm kind of mad at myself for this one because I actually just finished an audiobook that was only 6 hours long and wonderful. And instead I'm doing one during the Reading Rush that's 12 hours long. But like I said, I'm going away for a girls' weekend next weekend, and that's going to be a 4-hour drive each way. So that's 8 hours right there. And then back and forth from work is a little over 30 minutes each way. So I should actually be able to do it and have a little bit of extra driving time. But we'll see. And that is The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This one is a continuation of the Lux series, sort of. Companion. I don't know, it takes place after. But I actually got an ARC for the second book at BookCon and realized I never read this one, and it's been sitting on my shelf for almost a year. So I ended up just being like, you know what, I audiobooked most of the Lux series. I'm just gonna audiobook this, and I got it on audiobook, and I have a physical copy, but this will be my audiobook while I'm driving. The next one was my last minute edition because I realized I did not have one that covered the non-human main character badge. And this is a book, this actually also fits in one I meant to read last year as well. Superman Dawnbreaker by Matt Della Pena. Superman is not human by definition. He's an alien. So I'm gonna read this, and it's not gonna be about a human. And I also meant to read this when it came out. Like, I read all 3 of the other YA superhero DC comic books. I actually have never read a Matt Della Pena book, which is why I did not feel as much of a need. I'm also not that into superheroes, but I am into Marie Lu, Lee Bardugo, and Sarah J. Maas, which is why I read the other ones immediately, whereas I've never read Matt Della Pena, although I've been meaning to, and I'm not that into superheroes, so this one wasn't like screaming, but I did need to finish the collection. But now I have it, and it's not based on a human, so it works. The next one is the one I actually chose as a book I meant to read last year, even though there are 2 others. This is one that I've been hearing so much about, and it's gotten the greatest reviews ever since it came out, and I just haven't had an opportunity to read it. I'm going to read The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm so sorry if I just mispronounced your last name. I've heard it so many times, but I'm sorry. Yeah, I've heard amazing things. I'm pretty sure this is written in verse, which I haven't read that many books written in verse, but the ones I have I've enjoyed, especially when like they've had a lot of good reviews. I'm hoping that also means, yeah, that also means that even though this is like a fairly thick book, it should go pretty quickly because it's not like full of words. So yeah, that's this one. Next, I have another book I've been meaning to read, and I picked it up a while ago, and it goes with my read a book and watch the movie, 5 Feet Apart. This is actually interesting because the movie's not based on the book. The rights were sold at the same time, so they came out like within a couple months of each other. I saw the movie, I loved the movie. I have not read the book yet, and it's pretty short, and I already know that I like the story. So I'm going to read this version of the book, and then I'll watch the movie again. I have not watched it since I saw it before it was actually out, but I own it. So, yeah. And the last book I have on my list, and probably the one I am least likely to read, honestly, fulfills the title More Than 5 Words badge, and that is The Field Guide to the North American Teenager. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. I had heard wonderful things about this, but then when I actually look on Goodreads, it's like a little bit more mixed. I've had this for a while, meant to read it, but I'm like, it's been sitting on my shelf for a while. I'm like I still do want to read this at some point, but I'm like less excited to read this than most of the other ones I've talked about, and there's no way I'm getting through 7 books, so we'll see. But if I do read this one, it will fulfill that badge and get me to my 7th book, except not really because I cheated with the first one. So we'll see. I do have one more book. It doesn't fit any of the badges except the 7th one if I actually get there, which I won't, but Maybe This Time by Casey West is arriving today. I might need to actually drop one of the badge ones and read that one first because I'm super excited for it. I usually read her books the moment they come out, and they're like really quick, easy reads, but we'll see. Yeah, but that's arriving today. I don't have it yet in my hands, but it's on its way to me. That is my TBR for the reading rush. Once again, I do not plan to read all of that because I have a crazy week. If I get through 2, I will be lucky. I'm gonna shoot, like my unlikely goal is going to only be 3. I definitely think I'll get through The Darkest Star. I've been reading a little bit more slowly recently, so I have not been reading even one full physical book in a week. So I definitely want to do that. My personal goal is going to be 3. So I get through 2 physical books and 1 audiobook. I am going to be reading at school because I'm summer school teaching. I am going to technically be reading there, but I'm not going to count those because I'm reading with the kids and I don't count, like, I try to keep this to like books that are for my personal enjoyment, not for teaching purposes. So I actually will be reading like 7 books during the school week, but those are like picture books and read alouds and things like that. So I don't really count them. Anyway, I think that is it for this. I will try to do some vlogging, though I've been really bad at that recently as well. I'll let you know how I do. Again, my goal is 3, because I'm not going to do 7. It's just not going to happen, but I have 7, so we'll see. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, follow me on Twitter at ReaderGonnaRead, just like my YouTube channel, and subscribe by clicking down below or up there. I will talk to you next time. Goodbye! Oof, my goodness. Hey, Ellie and Dobby here. Like the video? Come subscribe. Do it right now. Click it.